Hello, South Africa. My name is Chidinma Adeshina.
It's paining South Africans. Some of you South Africans with xenophobic mindset. People, all the white girls in the competition, people didn't say PIM.
As an Indian South African, I never truly...
Your citizenship is determined by where you were born. So if she was born here, she's South African.
A lot of people are pointing out that it's not just xenophobia, the fear of the foreigner, it's specifically Afrophobia happening here, because it's the fear and hatred of African immigrants, even though she's not an immigrant, African people in South Africa. Here's another Miss South Africa contestant. This is her third time entering Miss South Africa. Her name is Sherry Wang.
You guys can draw petition on Miss SA over Chidinma Vanessa, but you guys cannot draw petition for those beautiful black ladies that have been maltreated in Pretoria school.
23-year-old model who has South African and Nigerian parents has faced trying moments after social media users questioned her nationality. Chidinma Vanessa Adeshina is among the top 13 models seeking to represent South Africa at the next Miss World Beauty pageant. Miss South Africa 2001 Vanessa Carreira, who was born in South Africa, won the title despite having parents of Portuguese and Angolan heritage.
Hello, South Africa. My name is Chidinma Adeshina. I'm 23 years old, all the way from Cape Town. I'm a netball player and an LLB law student. Violence against women and children still remains ubiquitous and unreported. The silence on violence against women and children has to be broken, and now is the time for us to take stronger measures to attend to the cries of our victims and to create a safer society for women and children to live in. Alongside the South African platform, I can encourage society to join hands with me in advocating for change and supporting initiatives that will protect women. By doing so, we can create awareness and we can educate the public as well as the public services so that we can create a safe environment for our victims to speak and to be heard. To women and children living in violence, never let anyone silence your voice, because your voice can make a difference. We all deserve to live a life free from violence. You are not alone and your story matters.
You can pause and go to her page and see what she was talking about Chidinma. But anyways, Chidinma has qualified to the final round. It's paining South Africans. Some of you South Africans with xenophobic mindset, people will cry. All the white girls in the competition, people didn't say PIM. When it comes to Chidinma Vanessa, people are talking blah, blah, blah. You even have petition over Miss SA, but you don't have petition for Pretoria school. They treating those South African black girls bad. People cannot make petition for that. Make petition for Miss SA. Now she's winning. She's happy with her dad. Under the comment, they are crying. Oh, our leaders have failed. Oh, South Africa. Oh, xenophobic. Too much for our mind. You guys ain't got same energy. But white people will take on our land, enslave on our grandparents, on our life, some of them. See, today, party regime is still benefiting from what they did to black South Africans. People are making petition for Miss SA. Unamumu too much.
So guys, in this reaction video, I will like you to take note of what just happened here. This lady said she's Indian South African, right? Yes, I will play the video for you to hear by yourself, right? She said she's Indian South African, and yet South Africans don't see any problems with that. They do not see any problem with that, but the only one that is giving them headache is this Chidimma, because she's a Nigerian. I don't know why we Africans, we do not love ourselves. I don't know why there is so much hate among us. I sincerely don't know why. And truth be told, when you ask those people, they will keep giving you flimsy excuses. They want to take our land. They are so comfortable in our land. They are this, they are that. Even those outside their country are still there talking blah, 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 nyang, 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 nyang. And yet, you have the nerves, you have the strength to stay in another man's country, and you are talking against those that are in your country. So why don't you come back to your own country, live in your country, stay in your country, and now vomit whatever thing that you want to vomit? There's a lot of hate among us. There's no love among Africans. And that's why the whites are taking advantage of that. We do not have love among us. Just imagine Indian South African, and South Africans are cool with it. But the only one that they picked is this Chidinma, Nigerian South African. The mother is a South African and the father is a Nigerian. That is the only one that is giving them headache. But every other person, every other white, they have no issue with it. This is getting out of hand. Like, the hate is getting out of hand. The hate is getting out of hand. Sincerely speaking.
And we are starting with Miss South Africa. Your 20 seconds starts now.
Well, the reason why I believe I should be the next ambassador is because as an Indian South African, I never truly understood where I belong. I was never Indian enough for some, and for others, I was never South African enough. But since being at Miss Supranational experience, I've come to realize that I am unique. My mere existence transcends boundaries, and my mere existence is supranational. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your citizenship is determined by where you were born. So if she was born here, she's South African. It doesn't matter who they are. She's not her parents. She's herself. So why do you want to say she's from Nigeria or she's from Mozambique? She was born here. In America, actually, I don't know how many months. If I'm not wrong, if you are 6 months pregnant or so, they don't allow you to visit. Because they know that once you visit and you stay there and you give birth there, that child is American. Yeah, they know that as long you don't have to be American.
Yeah.
It's born in a hospital there.
Yeah.
Must be certified immediately that this is the child who was born in America. This is an American citizen. So we can't do that. We cannot punish people on the basis of where their parents come from.
Yeah.
So I've not followed the debate. I don't know if she's South African or not. But I would guess the Miss South Africa company would have done the necessary due diligence and come to a conclusion that she's a suitable candidate.
Thank you, sir.
Fantastic.
That's great. Thank you. Nice one.
Those are the things that are actually engineered by those who are spreading hatred amongst African people. Such people should not be supported.
The hatred is too much. Like, it's too much. I don't really know why a lot of African countries are hating on Nigerians. I don't really know why. But for me, I think Nigerians are special. We are special people. Yes, we are special. That's why other African countries are just jealous of us. Though not all African countries, okay? Not all. We know those that genuinely love Nigerians. We know them. But other ones that feel that we're always in competition with them, they know that sincerely from their hearts, they don't love us. And they keep saying it. The truth is this: Nigeria is special. Nigerians are special people. These people are just jealous of Nigerians. That's just the gospel truth. Because when you come close to them, they keep telling you, using this as excuses. Nigerians are ritualists, Nigerians are 419ers, Nigerians are fraudsters, Nigerians are doing Olosho and all that. But this Olosho is what their grandmother, their mothers, their sisters have been into. So why are they pretending as if they don't know or Olosho never existed among them or something? I don't know if you're getting it. These people will come and say that Nigerians are fraudsters and all that, but they are deeply into it.
Something awful has happened in South Africa involving South African model Chidinma Adeshina, who is an entrant and actually has become a contestant on Miss South Africa. She has been attacked mercilessly and awfully bullied and insulted by people saying that she's not really South African. Chidinma was born and raised in South Africa. She was raised in Soweto. She was born at Chris Baragwanath Hospital to a South African mother and a Nigerian father. But many South Africans are now saying, based on her appearance and her name, she's not actually South African, even though she quite literally is when you consider being South African is just, are you a citizen of this country? Are you born here, raised here, have a valid ID? Then you're a citizen. She is a citizen. But a lot of people are pointing out that it's not just xenophobia, the fear of the foreigner, it's specifically Afrophobia happening here, because it's the fear and hatred of African immigrants, even though she's not an immigrant, African people in South Africa, tying into conversations that have been stoked up and led by politicians who've now got lots of votes and got elected, that foreigners are coming in and stealing the jobs and committing all the crimes and all this evil stuff, which is overwhelmingly not supported by facts or data. Here's another Miss South Africa contestant. This is her third time entering Miss South Africa. Her name is Sherry Wang. There have been some weird messages and awful messages about her, but not nearly the same level of mass fury and mass vitriol against her being in Miss South Africa at all. And she's a South African citizen. This outrage is very selective. There's very little actual outrage teetering into xenophobia against Europeans coming here, Americans coming to South Africa. But when it is somebody of African parenting, and this outrage is actually so selective and often inconsistent because, for example, Tendai Mtawarira is one of the most beloved and iconic South African rugby players ever, born and raised in Zimbabwe, but a South African citizen. Roger Federer, we love to claim, because I think one of his parents is South African and he was born in Johannesburg, even though meaningfully he's Swiss, and yet Trevor Noah is playing tennis with him and he's being treated like one of South Africa's sons. This is the exact problem when politicians take advantage of immigrants to try and scapegoat why many South Africans' lives remain so awful so long after apartheid. They blame foreigners, immigrants, so that they don't have to take responsibility themselves for their own failings, and they outsource the fury to the most vulnerable, who are often immigrants trying to make it in this country. And this is the consequence of all of that behavior.
Chidinma Vanessa has gone to the final round. And she was very happy with her family, very happy with her Nigerian dad. They were having fun, dancing. And some black South Africans were under the comment section crying. Our government has failed us. Our politicians are blah blah blah. Countries also supposed to pick Nigerian girls. You guys can drop petition on Miss Essay over Chidinma Vanessa, but you guys cannot drop petition for those beautiful black ladies that have been maltreated in Pretoria school. You guys cannot protect your own. You have all that energy for the most minor thing in essay. Forget about the major problems. Have you guys make petition on unemployment? What about racism? What about inequality? Have you guys dropped any petitions on that? But you people ain't got mouth. For the white people that enslave your parents, seize their lands, use your country to enrich themselves. Apartheid regime is still benefiting till today, but their daughters can participate freely, not Chidinma Vanessa.
A 23-year-old model who has South African and Nigerian parents has faced trying moments after social media users questioned her nationality. Chidinma Vanessa Onwe Adeshina is among the top 13 models seeking to represent South Africa at the next Miss World Beauty pageant. Vanessa was born to a South African mother and a Nigerian father in South Africa's Johannesburg city. The model's mother also has Mozambican roots. The law student who was raised in Soweto and later moved to Cape Town says she has spent her whole life in South Africa. She adds that in the Miss South Africa 2024 pageant, public attention was not focused on her until she made it to the top 16. Vanessa recently told Sowetan Live news outlet, "I thought to myself, I'm representing a country, but I don't feel the love from the people I am representing. I even asked myself, is it worth it?" The model said there are several other contestants of mixed heritage in the beauty pageant, but they do not receive the negative attention she gets. Vanessa told True Love magazine, "My father being Nigerian doesn't take away the fact that I am South African." According to Miss South Africa entry requirements, a contestant must be a South African citizen and in possession of a valid South African ID document or passport. If the applicant holds holds dual citizenship, details of both nationalities must be provided. In her recent interview with Sowetan Live, Vanessa said she has a son with her ex-husband who she divorced in February this year. She said, "We were not compatible because he had this ideology of what an African married woman is. I did not want to be in a position where I cannot go out but had to clean, cook. That was just not for me." She added that her marriage robbed her of the beauty of being a wife. For now, she is happy. She is realizing her childhood dream of being a successful model, a career that her mother had also wanted to pursue, but circumstances could not allow. Vanessa revealed that her dream to be crowned Miss South Africa started in 2017. On August 10th, the new Miss South Africa will be crowned, and Vanessa hopes she would succeed Natasha Joubert as the crown holder. A South African citizenship can be acquired by birth, descent, or naturalization. A person born to a South African citizen or permanent resident of South Africa is granted citizenship by birth. The same applies to a person adopted by a South African national. Citizenship by descent is granted to people born outside South Africa to South African nationals, while naturalization is for people who have South African spouses or have held a permanent residence permit for at least 5 years. Miss South Africa 2001 Vanessa Carreira, who was born in South Africa, won the title despite having parents of Portuguese and Angolan heritage.
A finalist in the Miss South African pageant, Chidinma Adeshina, has been facing backlash due to her Nigerian heritage. She was born and raised in Soweto, South Africa, and holds South African citizenship. Concerns have been raised about her eligibility to compete in the pageant due to her Nigerian father. However, the Miss SA organization has confirmed that she meets all the necessary criteria. A petition has been started to oppose her participation in the pageant, with some South Africans expressing xenophobic sentiments. The petition argues that she cannot represent South African culture due to her mixed heritage. Despite the backlash, Chidimma has received support from Sport, Art and Culture Minister Gertin McKenzie, who has agreed to look into the matter, and economic freedom fighter leader Julius Malema, who defended her candidacy. The Miss SA organization has reiterated that Chidinma is eligible to compete and has met all the necessary requirements. Chidinma is a stunning and talented individual, which may evoke feelings of jealousy or inadequacy in some people. Her mixed Nigerian and South African heritage may be seen as an advantage in representing South African diversity, leading to resentment from those who feel she doesn't belong. Some South Africans might feel threatened by Chidinma's success, fearing she will take their place or receive opportunities they feel entitled to. Unfortunately, some of the oppositions may still be driven by xenophobic attitude, with Chidinma's Nigerian heritage being a focal point for racist sentiment. Thank you guys for staying to this moment. I still remain your girl, Just Choose It. Do not forget to drop your comments, like and share my videos. Subscribe to my channel. I love you.